that trip away didn't work out. So I am back. And yes, by the title of this stream, well, I'm going to be exposing the social care system because I think people need to be aware of this, and I don't care if there's only 10 people who end up watching this live stream because, at the end of the day, then now there's 10 more people aware of just how bad the social care system is. So I'm going to, the person who's going through this battle with the social care system, he doesn't want to be named, which I do understand and I completely respect. So I'm going to refer to him as Chris. That is not his name, but I am going to refer him as Chris on this live stream. So let's go back to February. I'm actually just going to share this live out to someone. So, literally just give me a minute. Because the thing is, not enough people speak up about this. And guys, speak up about it. It's a problem. You deserve better. Honestly, what I am going to talk about in this live stream, I might even have to make this 2 parts because this live could go on for a while. It could go on for a while. Right. What the? Say hello to YouTube direct messaging. What? Since when's that been a thing? Wow. Okay. Cool. Right. Shared out. So let's go back to February the 9th. So Chris, which again, I will state it's not his name, but he doesn't want his actual name put out about this. So I'm going to respect his decision. So Chris messaged me on February the 9th. Let me find the messages. God, we talk too much. Okay. There we go. So, February the 9th at 5:08. So I received a message saying, just had a bombshell from management. I'm not going to say where he used to live, even though it's not his address anymore. I'm just not going to say it. So such and such is closing down on April the 9th, and we are being evicted. So then I called him. We had a chat for about, 23 minutes. So at that point, I was there like, okay, so the company that provided his care and his housing went into liquidation. Basically, that means that company is now just non-existent. So if we fast forwards to, where is it? There we go. So let's fast forwards to March the 1st. So Chris messaged me at 9:33. Currently still have got nowhere to go on April the 9th. So at this point, we're about 5 weeks before, the closing down date. And at this point, I'm there like, okay, It's been just over 3 weeks now since he got told. Um, I said to myself, "I'll give it a couple more weeks, and if nothing's been sorted, then yeah, I'm gonna give the social worker that was Chris's at the time a message." But I wasn't too concerned at this point. So then I put, well, they've got to get you to somewhere, you know. If anything, then yes, probably they'd need to put you into a hotel. And then Chris messaged me, well, the current state is 4 weeks to go, and social haven't even done an assessment. Now, before, I wasn't concerned, but 3.5, 4 weeks into finding out that, your care provider and your housing provider is closing down and you still haven't had an assessment, that's what sort of threw me off a bit. And I was there like, whoa, okay, that's not good. So I then did send an email on the second, and I was professional, I was polite. I just put, "Hi there. Um, my friend is pretty concerned about moving forwards, you know, because obviously his housing and care group provider is closing down. Like, could you just kind of give me an idea on what's going on?" And I got ignored. I got ignored until the 17th of March. Till the 17th of March. So it took 15 days, over 2 weeks, for a reply. Says a lot about this person. And what I'm going to say is, this social worker of Chris's, now remember, this isn't his actual name, he doesn't want to be named. Um, she's no longer on the list of social workers in this area. How ironic is that? Um, yeah, it mind baffles me. So we're gonna fast right forward. So we get to April the 9th. Nothing. Nothing has been sorted. So Chris essentially is homeless. And I'm panicking, he's panicking. So we still have to get all of the stuff out, and we ran out of moving boxes. So we went out to go and get some more moving boxes. Oh, hang on, give me just a second. There we go. So yeah, we went out to go to get some more moving boxes, Chris and I. And just when we were leaving the car park, we had these two ladies approach us, and they asked if it was, well, Chris. Again, not his real name. And he said yes. And they said, "We might have an option for you." And we were both there like, "Oh, okay then. We're getting somewhere." So we went upstairs into a room. There was a lady called Danielle, Pauline, and then there was another guy who I can't remember what his name was. Now, yes, I am saying these people's names because you need to be very, very, very careful of them. South Vale Care. Be very, very careful with them because they seemed really, really, really nice. We discussed options. It was either, Chris goes to a hotel or Chris goes to this temporary accommodation, so emergency accommodation. So after a few minutes of thinking, Chris said, "Yes, I will take the emergency accommodation." So we move his stuff on that day. He gets settled in, and yeah, this part is where it gets really, really, really bad. So, whilst Chris was upstairs, I went downstairs to go out for a cigarette because it had been a long day. I mean, I arrived at his old accommodation at about 6 a.m. And at this point, it was nearly 8 p.m. So I'd been on the go for, over 12 hours, well over 12 hours. Um, so I went outside for a cigarette whilst he was getting ready because he was coming to here because he had something to do in this town that night. And I had a chat with this lady, and she said, "We will take really good care of Chris. We will provide care for him. We will respect him. All of this, blah, 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 blah." And I was there like, "Thank you so much." Now, I trusted these people. Like, I really, really trusted these people to take really good care of my mate. So I was really appreciative. So let's get the trusty phone back on, shall we? Right. Where are we at? Oh, actually, to be fair, no, I think these ones are on Messenger, so I need to get that booted up. Where are we? There we go. Yeah, it's going to take a minute. I've got to scroll through loads of messages again. Okay. Oh, have I gone too far? I might have. Oh, no, no, I haven't. Oh, gosh. I'm trying to find it. Okay, so on April the 15th, I received a message saying, "I have just seen staff drinking whilst on shift. He has a flask, and I suspect that there's whiskey in there because I can smell it." So, me being me, obviously concerned about that, I sent an email to the office, and I was told that they would do a spot check. So basically, management just turns up randomly without letting the staff members know who are on shift on that day. So, what doesn't make sense is because on the email that I received back from these people is they said that we will reply to you as soon as a spot check has been done. I didn't get an email for 2 days. Not one, for 2 days. So I fully believe that there wasn't a spot check done. I have every reason and every right to believe that. So yeah, it's ridiculous. But I'm going to fast forwards, right, to a day on the 27th of April because a couple days before, if you think about this, right, night staff, what does night staff mean? Staff are in the building. Now, there's two different types of night shifts, right? So, number one, there's just a normal night shift, or there's a waking night shift. So, a waking night shift is that the staff can sleep, but if someone who is, well, if they're working for someone, if they need something during the night, they've got to get up. Now, this building that Chris was in, wasn't a waking night staff house. It was a house where night staff have to be awake for the whole night. So, you can write this shit up, could you? I receive a photo of not one, both staff members out cold. So there's another thing that I added onto this list because trust me, the email that I sent is brilliant. I'm going to let you listen to this email that I sent them. Oh, where is it? Oh, bloody phone. Where is it? There we go. So, April the 20th, I wrote this. Hi there, I am gosh, it's a tongue twister, honestly. It's annoying as well because I have really bad eyes. I don't know where I put my glasses as well. I haven't been able to find them in weeks. So I put, hi there, I am writing to raise multiple concerns regarding Mr. You know, who lives in one of your services at. Firstly, I will state that Mr. and myself on Thursday, April 9th, were leaving place, Mr. Old's housing. As we were leaving the premises, Mr. and myself was approached by Danielle, and she asked if we could have a meeting before myself and Mr. left the premises of blah blah blah. Mr. agreed. In this meeting, myself, Mr. Danielle, Pauline, and another man in brackets, I can't remember his name, was in this meeting. We discussed different options moving forwards to Mr. and we were made aware that temporary accommodation was available for Mr. at number blah blah blah, provided through the South Vale Care. Mr. agreed to reside at number blah blah blah. A few minutes later. Also, during this meeting, Danielle and Pauline seemed very nice and welcoming. However, this has changed since the 9th of April. On Wednesday, April 15th at 3:40 p.m, Mr. Blah 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 contacted me with a very concerning message saying that he had suspicion that staff were drinking alcoholic beverages whilst on shift. This raised a lot of concerns to myself, so I called the main office for South Vale Care in Southampton. I can say Southampton because it's a big place. Trust me, Southampton's a big place. Right. Oh yeah. I called the main office. I didn't email. I called the main office. So I talked to Pauline. I explained my concerns, and Pauline said that she would conduct a full spot check and would call me back later on that day. She didn't call back on that day. The following day, Thursday, April 16th, I received a phone call from Danielle at 1:47, and she told me that there was no suspicion of staff consuming alcohol whilst on shift. I have many reasons to believe that a spot check was not conducted, and this is why I will be contacting CQC to conduct a full visit to blah blah blah. Moving on to Friday, April 17th at 1:30 p.m. Mr. Blah 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 contacted me and told me that staff, especially Danielle, was telling him how to talk. Right. To me, this is very unprofessional as Mr. Blah 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 is an adult with multiple learning disabilities and does not know how to communicate in an appropriate tone of voice. And this should be known by staff, especially with the fact that they should have done training on this specific topic. I will also state that I have another concern. I was contacted by blah 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 on Sunday, the 19th of April at 3:35 p.m. with photo of night staff visibly asleep in the communal area in the living room at 4 a.m. Not just one of them, but both of them. This is very unprofessional, and also another reason why I will be contacting CQC. I have contacted CQC, by the way. I don't know what's happened. I haven't had another update yet. So, yes. And then at the end, I have a lot of evidence of what's been going on towards Mr. Blah, blah, blah since his moving date into the building between April the 9th and today. And I am very unhappy with the way that staff management has been treating him. This needs to stop, otherwise, I will be taking this into legal action. And I state with what I say because it's not right. You know, people with learning disabilities should be treated with respect. That's just it. Not just people with learning disabilities, anyone needs to be treated with respect. And what they did to him is wrong, completely wrong. So I'm going to now fast forwards to the 27th of April. So at this point, my blood was boiling and I couldn't hold back. So I went to where Chris was staying and I requested to talk to the staff. So I'm not going to play all of it. But wait, do I even have it anymore? I bloody hope I do. Yes, I do. Here we go. Oh, no, not April the 20th. Sorry, it's April the 20th, not the 27th. My bad. Right, I'm not going to play all of it, though. I am not going to play all of it.
Yeah, you can. Sorry. There you go.
Let me just see if this is coming through okay. Give me just 1 second. Right. Here we go. Oh, no, not April the 20th. Sorry, it's April the 20th, not the 27th. My bad. Right, I'm not going to play all of it, though. Oh, hang on. Yes, sweet. That is coming through. Okay. Right. So let's give this a little bit of a listen, shall we?
You're right, buddy. These guys are really, they are actually really. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's all been moved around a little bit in there.
So as you can tell, in my voice and my demeanour, very, very calm, even though one of the staff members, which is the lady who was just speaking there, was one of the ones who didn't give a shit about my mate. She never provided him care. And do you know what? It's really funny because what I'm going to show you after this, yeah, just proves my point. So,
Quickly. Will.
as you can hear in this,
So is it alright if I just have a chat with you, Will?
I say, so is it okay if I just have a chat with you all?
Quickly.
I get ignored. I get
Is it okay
ignored.
if we all have a chat, please?
And then that's when my tone of voice goes a little bit like,
Is it okay if we all have a chat, please? About a couple things.
And then she literally just goes, I'm there like, what? Are you expecting me to have all of these messages from my mate, you know, saying that he's getting abused by you lot? And for me not to say something. So I'm not gonna play any more of that. We'll go to the end.
Yeah. Okay. I'm back. I'll just put it further forwards. But yeah, thank you.
Yeah. And you can see, even at the end, not, you know, my voice isn't raised or anything. So, yeah. So it's really funny because someone else who lived at that place, now, God bless his soul, I really hope that he is okay, because I haven't seen him since April the 20th. He asked for a cup of tea. He asked one of the staff members for a cup of tea, and they wouldn't make him one. So, me being the kind person that I won't say always. Oh, pardon me. Me being the kind person that I sometimes am, I said, I will make you a cup of tea. And as soon as I start making the cup of tea, the staff members say, oh, we're going to make you your cup of tea now to this person. And I'm there like, oh, funny. So I'm going to play another little bit. So yes, here we go.
Brace yourself. Yeah, you're just going to start making them a cup of tea. Trevor!
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It started kicking off. And the only reason why it started to kick off is because she didn't do her job. When you are a support worker, now I know this from experience. If a client, if one of the people who you are working with asks you to do something, you have to do it. I don't know what sort of training these people have been through, but it sure as hell weren't any good training, because she should not be a support worker. And I just, yeah, I don't know. It is an absolute clusterfuck. And we are only on April the 20th, and we've been going now for half an hour. Jesus almighty. That's a fucking colossal fuck. Honestly. Oh dear. I might have to make this into a couple more parts because it is just, yeah. So, I won't say any more about that place. So, Chris got moved out of there and he got moved into a hotel a couple weeks later. Now, at this point, I was in Spain and, you know, I'd been messaged by Chris, my mate, and yeah, he said that he'd been moved into a hotel. Now, in that hotel, I think he was there for 2 weeks. There was an allegation made against him. Now, apparently, he was being antisocial. Right, so listening to music at 11 o'clock is being antisocial. Okay. So the hotel said to him he has to go. And he messaged me about this. I'm there like, oh, for fuck's sakes. So obviously, he doesn't drive. He has no way of getting any sort of, vehicle to come and collect his stuff because at this point he has nowhere to go. So he had to go to the hospital. He was admitted there, I think, for a few days. Maybe I think it was like a few days or a week. So his stuff was left at the hotel. And do you know what Social did? Right? Social, instead of coming to pick up that stuff, threw it all out. I'm talking computers, phone cables, clothes, all gone, chucked away. And at this point, oh, at this point, I didn't hold back at all. Obviously, I wasn't effing and blinding on my emails and stuff, but I did not hesitate. And funny enough, a couple days later, the social worker that Chris had previously left. Isn't that funny? Really, really, really funny. So, I think I'm going to wrap this one up. And I'm going to do part 2 in a few days. But yeah, thanks for watching the first part. Yeah. I will see you all for the second part soon.